Good evening and welcome to Expat Insights. I'm your host Raju Manvi, and here at Expat Insights, we take external and objective look at successes by foreigners, immigrants, and people who have made Philippines their home. But sometimes we break the law, we break the rule, and bring in Filipinos who give us good insights. Today we have two guests, one Filipino and one foreigner. So our theme today is social entrepreneurship, and my first guest today, let me read this. President and founding partner of Rags2Riches Inc., a pioneering social business enterprise which over the years has garnered several awards such as University of San Francisco Social Enterprise Award, Body Shop Foundation Grant, Starbucks Foundation Grant, and the first prize in Business in Development Global Challenge and the Zonta Angels Awards. She is a girl, of course. She is one of the top 10 young leaders chosen by the Asia Society for the Philippines. A model scholar at par and alongside national heroes and luminaries of the Philippines by the Ateneo de Manila University, awardee of the Creamsilk Empowered Woman and of Go Negosyo, Young Social Entrepreneur in 2010. The youngest ever in history to receive the Towns Awards, the Outstanding Women in Nations Service Award 2010, and just recently one of the 5 inaugural Rolex Young Laureates of 2010. This happened in Geneva, Switzerland. Young, charming, and soon to be married, my first guest, Miss Reese Fernandes.
Hello.
Good evening, Reese.
Hi, good evening, and good evening to everyone.
Reese, let's start talking about you.
Okay.
What makes you this kind of a person?
Wow, actually when I listen to all of these, it really surprises me still because I think that there's still a lot of work to be done. And while we're very happy with the awards, I think the biggest award will be to see Payatas, or where we're working, as a poverty-free community, and eventually the Philippines. So about me, well, when I was young, I grew up with a missionary mother. So we went around different churches, really looked at the different problems, and we were part of that community, and I never felt different. I never felt like I was a Chinese girl who was going there, although I obviously look like one. But I felt like I was part of the community, that I would eat with the feeding program, I would sleep in the churches as well, I would play with the street children, and I really felt one with them. So it wasn't the feeling of being in a pedestal at all. And I think I was given several opportunities for scholarships in different universities like Ateneo de Manila and Ateneo de Davao. And because of the education that I got from there and the support from relatives and my parents, I was able to patch things together and realize that my history as a child and my education as a student could be merged together, and something could be formed and something could be meaningful. And that's why I decided to pursue social entrepreneurship.
When and how, at what moment of your life did that thought occur that yes, I can merge my background and the education I'm getting and I can put it to good use? Was there a certain day, moment when you said, aha, this is who I'm going to be?
Well, probably a series of events more than one day, or waking up one day and saying this is my destiny. When I was in 4th year college, I joined the Ateneo Management Association, and I was heading part of the project about social entrepreneurship, and it's a social entrepreneurship challenge, something like that. And that was the time when we were trying to marry together the business skills of all of the amazing management students and different students in different disciplines in Ateneo with what's needed out there. And I think that sort of made me realize and discover that it is possible to merge social cause and business, and it can be sustainable. And if you make it the air you breathe, and if you make it something like a life mission, then it turns out to be a lot better and a lot more sustainable.
It can become the air you breathe.
Yes.
That's wonderful. Now, so you're one of the rare person who has been breathing this kind of air. Yeah. There are lots of kids out there. I don't want to call you a kid because you're a young woman. Why what part of you, what psychological or part of your system was able to breathe so much more than others?
Well, I think it's the realization that you can. Not a lot of young people are exposed to what's out there. And I think I've been blessed with the opportunity. I look at it as a blessing, an opportunity to look at the plight of others in a very, very personal way. And I was also able to join a nation-building movement in the Philippines called Gawad Kalinga during college. And that also opened up a lot of doors for me. I think not a lot of people breathe that air because they don't think that it's possible. They think that doing good could be a weekend thing, or it could be something to do after you have lots of money. But what if you do it every single day? What if you think about decisions that will make the world a better place every single time? I think that will make the world better faster if a lot of people start thinking about that. But it starts with the decision to discover that it is possible and finally discovering that it is.
I don't usually ask a question like that, no? But I'm also a believer of possibilities. What, from your point of view, deters these people from thinking that it's possible? And what can you and I do, people who have seen it and experienced the possibilities, can probably give them insights on this? What can we do? Is there something after where you are today, can you turn around and say, look, I've done it and it is possible, and the road to this destination is pretty easy? What can we do?
Well, yeah, looking back, I really think that it's possible.
Yeah.
It's not that easy. It has its difficulties. I think, well, in every single thing there would be difficulties anyway, challenges.
Yeah.
But I think at this point what we could do is always set a good example and always try to talk about what we do in different occasions.
Right.
And to just always encourage people that this is something that's possible. I think, well, the best example and the best kind of convincing would be the results that you have.
Fantastic.
Yes.
So you're saying express yourself, exemplify, make your behavior the example, and then go and empower them. Is that what you're saying? Now, which was the first project that you started? Was Rags2Riches your first ever project, or was there something else before this?
There were little things before this, but it's really more of school projects that are gearing towards social entrepreneurship anyway.
Yeah.
So it's like the Social Entrepreneurship Challenge, wherein we brought several groups of students to different Gawad Kalinga communities.
Right.
So the villages, so that they could look for what they can solve, they could look for what the people are good at, and harness the good in people in order to make something sustainable for them. And Rags2Riches is sort of the one that really hit the spot.
Right.
Yes, of becoming socially oriented, environmentally protective, and at the same time it has good business sense.
Right.
So if you can merge all of these together, then it's the way.
So this little seed of an idea, which occurred to you 3 or 4 years ago, were you alone that time? Were you brainstorming with a bunch of your classmates that time, or was it just you and I said, this is me, I've seen this vision, I want to plant this seed and make this grow? Was it you, or was there a group of people?
It's definitely a group of people. So
Right.
I'm actually with a group of young professionals.
They're still with you?
Yes,
Yeah.
they still are. They're part of the board of directors, and they're always very engaged in what Rags2Riches is going through.
Yeah.
And for me, that's a huge blessing in itself, because all of us, I think, have some semblance of dreams and ideas about how to create something that can be revolutionary.
Yeah.
But a group of ideas merged together could indeed be the revolutionary spark.
Synergy.
Yes, the synergy. So no one person can really do it alone. We have little dreams, but I think it's only when we put these dreams together with others that it actually works. So yeah, I was with a group of young professionals, and I think that's a very good ingredient to the success of Rags2Riches.
Right. The team up with it. Now, how far has this beautiful plant, tree, or this project grown? How big is it from the point of view of a businessman, from the point of view of a Taipan, like say, Henry C?
Okay.
How does it look to him?
Well, for people who can see the potential, I think it looks pretty big, potential-wise. So we're just 3 years old in Rags to Riches, and of course, when you look at the business itself, it's not that big, of course, in the minds of tycoons.
Yeah.
But when you look at the potential and you see where the world is going, then you know that this is something that can potentially help your children, but at the same time, this is a viable business. So I think with that alone, it's pretty valuable.
So describe the business to me. Describe the product. Describe your business model.
Okay.
And how is it structured to grow?
Okay. First, probably would be the products.
Let's go with the
so
product.
we have foot rugs that are beautifully created. They have high quality. Then we also have bags and fashion accessories, and these are also designed by designers and created by artisans carefully and with the highest of quality. As for the business model, of course, we have products, so we do sell. So the income stream is not from grants or from charity, but rather it's from work. It's from the market. Yeah. So we have to do what every single businessman always thinks about. What does the customer want? What does the customer need? So it is the same principle, but at the same time, we place another customer in our spotlight, which is the community members.
The supply side.
Yeah, the supply side. The community member, we consider them as stakeholders, and if the quality of their lives increase, then we feel like it's a profit in itself. But of course, we have all of these metrics. Yes, that's a gain, definitely. So we have different metrics that we measure. So there will be profit. So of course, we want to have profit as well. Planet. We want to have as less impact on the planet as possible. And to really reuse or upcycle a lot of the raw materials into beautiful products. We have positive influence. And we have people. We have to make sure that the people that we take care of are really taken care of, and that the quality of their lives are really improving, and that they're recognized for every product that they create.
2 questions.